So you started your company in the garage of your parents' home, and you had just a portion of that garage to work from.
Sure.
You had something inside of you that needed to be released, and no matter what, nothing was going to stop you. Was that kind of a situation?
I couldn't express it that way, but I was probably around 12. I think I probably had those kind of sentiments of, I'm working on something big. It sounds really saccharine saying this now, and perhaps a little douchey, but like I felt like I might be a prodigy of some sort.
That probably gave you the confidence to kind of move forward and continue. That sort of led you to building the company that you've got right now.
There's two things that if you were to take them away from me, I'd be a completely different person. One is I'm a twin, and I have a twin sister.
Right. Is she a big point of inspiration for you?
Huge, like kind of my ghost of reason. And the second thing is growing up in Lakewood, New Jersey during the 80s in an ethnically diverse community.
You took to that.
I totally was shaped by that. The shift in culture right now, and that I had the blessing of that time in Lakewood shapes my, what I think was a prescient view on how diversity would reform and reorganize, like, you know, America and the world and commerce and everything.
You mentioned a shift in culture. What do you mean by that?
This kind of old blue blood way of being best in class pedigree because XYZ said so is kind of an irrelevant metric or rubric for something being good. It's more complex than that. And that's where like the whole motivation of wanting to launch Complex came from.
So is that what launched Complex? You felt like there was a void in the market that you had to fill?
What's really kind of funny about this whole thing is like how old-fashioned it is, right? Like everyone's like, oh wow, it's this relevant digital media. Well, I look at it, I'm like, well, actually it's about actually giving a fuck and having like a really focused perspective.
Really old-fashioned.
That's really old-fashioned, right? We really groomed people that got the voice and we empowered them, right? To learn along the way and get a lot of things right, but equally a lot of things wrong as well along the way.
Can you tell me a little bit about your thought process behind the Barry Bonds ball? So for those of you who don't know, right? So Marc purchased Barry Bonds' 756th home run, and then you decided to give it away to the Hall of Fame.
Well, yeah. I mean,
after placing an asterisk on it.
So we bought the ball, put it up for a vote online. It was a little bit of that kind of American Idol moment, but it was you either voted to A, send it to the Hall of Fame as it was, you know, untouched. B, put an asterisk on it, like lasered in as a permanent footnote of the debate over the validity of the record. I mean, after all, it was Hank Aaron's record, And the last thing was C, put it on a rocket ship and send it into space. And there was, you know, like 11 million votes. It was absurd. I thought we'd get like 1 million votes or something. That was a moment of saying, here's this really rich media conversation. People have really disparate points of view on them. Like, we're authentically holding court on conversations in a way where the audience is saying, like, we actually like their perspective, even if they don't agree.
As a creative person, I want to know, what kind of advice do you have for sort of creatives out there who want to continue to sort of hone in on what they do and then ultimately build a business while maintaining that level of creativity and that integrity that we are worried about?
Try to get them to have a much more healthier relationship with the idea of failure. And then if you compose your relationship with failure in a way, you kind of learn to keep it at bay. You learn to realize the benefits of what it could do to hone what it is that you need to do to succeed.
This was awesome. I appreciate you coming by. This was a great conversation.
It's cool, man.
Thank you, everybody here.
Cheers, brother.
Hopefully to see you soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah,
all right.
Thanks, man. Cool.
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you.